I think Alejandro is
Hold
like...
on, just real quick. Fuck Guillermo del Toro.
Why?
Why would we fuck with
I've
him?
never seen anything of his that I liked. I'm sorry.
You didn't like Shape of Water?
Not
I
at all.
hated Shape of Water.
Really?
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah, I thought it was dope.
Oh, wow. No,
That's
mean,
the
it
one
was-
with the chick that like
I
fucks
couldn't,
the monster,
I couldn't finish
right?
it. It was like... Yeah, I couldn't finish it. I just thought it was so tropey
It was campy as
and
fuck.
like corny.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
I couldn't
very
do it.
well done.
Yeah, I liked
Very
it. I
well
don't know.
done.
I was really pissed when it won Best Picture.
I didn't think it deserved that either.
I mean,
okay,
look,
who here saw Green Book?
I didn't see it. That's the one that won. Yeah,
Tim
fuck
was
that movie.
talking so much shit about it, and he was, and like I believe him, and like it won Best Picture, and then
Yeah.
everyone is like complaining about.
Yeah.
Did
and
you see it?
I read this whole I had zero interest
do
because I
that
was like,
sometimes.
oh, racism is solved by employment. I've never seen that before,
Right.
And like, I think I read this article in the New York Times about how it's kind of like it's like a faux like, oh, we're not racist thing because like there's Black Klansman was like nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, great movie.
Which is like made by a black man, like, you know, like really about like what it's like.
Yeah.
And then they choose Green Book, which is like this like corny ass like, oh man, this white guy and a black dude become friends in the 1950s.
no, first of all, both of those actors are incredible. Second of all, my hero, Bret Easton Ellis, said it was the best movie of the year. Who wrote American Psycho. Just real quick, Alfonso Cuarón also did Children of Men.
But did you watch Green Book?
No, I didn't. But I can't wait to.
Okay.
But have you guys
I'll
seen-
check it out because
we should watch it together.
Yeah, I'm down to watch it fucking right after the podcast.
I hear what you're saying though, because like I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole, but fuck it. I feel like there's like this thing now where it's like instead of just like making a movie about something, it's like trying to capitalize on like the state of America.
I'm
right
making
now.
a documentary about it for school. Right
you
now
are? Yeah,
on
so-
diversity.
Yeah, and it's great. Like I'm all for it, but it just kind of feels like it feels not as genuine.
Ingenuine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a money grab, and
like
it's not
for sure.
Well, it's like, so here's the problem with that is that you could you'd cast like minority actors and everything, right? Which they
Right.
aren't really doing. It's
Yeah.
just black people.
Yeah.
But where are the brown people?
Yeah.
Where are the Mexican people? Where are the Asian people? Crazy Rich Asian was like a big win for diversity.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, they're not good at math and like the nerd in the back of the class.
but-
But also it's not just what's in front of the camera, what everyone sees. It's about the writer's room too. There's a great Adam ruins everything about like how the reason that all these stereotypes were created because the writers' rooms are predominantly white.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem lies is who's writing it.
I
and
don't
who's
think
directing
that we
it.
should consider things wins or losses or was there enough black people in the movie? Or,
Yeah.
like Black Panther wasn't that good, but I don't think that any critics felt comfortable even saying that because it was like all black. So they wanted to be like, and I hope that we're moving past that. It's like none of race shouldn't even be considered at all.
Exactly.
When making art, it should just be
No,
who's the
that's-
best. Let
see,
me
that's-
finish. Well, let me finish. It should be who's the best person for the role, what's the best story, and and how do we make the best piece of art. Period. That's the way it should be. I know you can agree with me on that.
Are you finished though? I don't want to start talking until you're finished.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I wasn't kidding. Well, it's like really easy for you guys to say.
Well, just tell me whether you agree or not
I'll get to that at the end.
with what I just said.
I'm going to get to that at the end. I mean, it's like, sure, but like, do you know what it's like to grow up and not see anyone that looks like you? Like all you see is white people. Do you
No.
know what that does to like a person? And then like all the billboards, it changes the standard of beauty to white skin. And it's like, it's so ugly and unexclusive. It's exclusive. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like when I was growing up, dude, I knew what white privilege was, but then I turned 15 and then they made a word for it. And I was like, oh, that's what that's called. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's like inclusion is so important for the psyche of kids to see someone that looks like them doing something good.
Right.
Having an idol or someone to look up to. But I don't have anyone to fucking look up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
and it
I
is
got
important.
ya.
And yes, at the end of the day, the best actor, I mean, there's like Jordan Peterson talks about it. There's a quality of opportunity and there's a quality of outcome.
Yeah.
If I was a quality of outcome, I would want, there has to be a fucking brown guy winning best actor of
Right.
the year, which I'm not about. The best actor should win best actor of the year, but I don't think there's equal opportunity for.
Yeah,
like,
you're saying
brown
there's not
people.
enough brown actors to win.
There's not enough Asian. There's not enough Asian actors to
Yeah.
win, and there's I think black people have made the most progress because
Right.
they've been oppressed the most. So people are like a spring, and they fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I
So-
can hear what you're saying with that.
So I don't think it's appropriate to completely just throw it out like that, like diversity in a movie, Pat.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying what the goal should be to create the best art, no matter what the race is.
Yeah,
But-
you're trying to like
Yeah,
eliminate
but then
that even
earlier
that thought.
Yeah, but then earlier you were like,
Well, you're addressing like real issues politically that pop culture does have an influence on. That's the thing. So we're using pop culture as a platform to like evoke change, but like it's maybe compromising the art, which kind of sucks.
no, because if there was equal opportunity, like you really think that, I mean, tell me one black director that isn't Spike Lee. Like, give me a name. Can you name 5?
The dude.
Because I could name 1,000 white directors.
Yeah, well,
Can you name one brown director or like the Mexican directors are killing it, or an Asian director?
I
There
think-
should, like, unless white people are inherently better at directing movies, which, like, I don't even understand like how that would be impossible. There's clearly some fucking not equal opportunities going on, right? And I believe if those people were directing the movies, then we'd have good art that is inclusive.
I think that probably in the next like 30 years, I mean, I'm hoping I could be just fucking full of shit, but I think in the next 30 years after all those fucking racists die, I think it's gonna be a lot different
Yeah.
world we live in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And like, cause what Pat's saying is not necessarily like wrong. He just is saying it in the sense of like, it shouldn't even be about that. It should
Yeah.
just be,
Yeah,
but that's because Pat's genuine, where I don't think Pat would not hire somebody.
You just got to be
because of-
careful. It's a sensitive topic.
I don't, but here's the thing is I don't think we should have to be careful. I think we should be able to, I want us to be able to move past all that as a society. And I have my dad as a great example of someone who's doing that, and Larry David. And
Right.
they just like, they don't, and even like Morgan Freeman talks about this type of shit. Like, you can disagree with me. This is just my opinion. Like, I think that if we want to be at a certain place, we should just start acting like we're there.
Right.
Everybody should. And that way, when a black actor comes into the room, we're not even looking at the color of his skin.
Yeah.
Although the world is a certain way,
Yeah.
we don't have to act that way.
You don't get to decide how that problem is solved. You don't. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that I should.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, fuck Morgan Freeman, dude. Like, he's like, we just stop talking about it. Like, that's gonna solve
Well,
anything.
he didn't say we should stop talking
Yeah, no,
about
he
it.
said this is how you solve racism. You stop talking about it. Everyone's talking about it all the time. That's what he said.
That's what
Quote.
Kanye West said too.
And
essentially.
but Kanye is like right though. He says it in a different way. Morgan Freeman said it in this really ignorant way. I just think that the solution is what we're doing now is like fighting for rights and individuality. If we just stay silent, we're just going to be oppressed even more. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I think that, yeah, I mean, I just don't think that you get to decide. I don't think you know what it's like to be on the other side enough to decide.
Yeah, so maybe we do. Maybe it does need to look this way.
It does.
But
It's- everything right now is exactly the way it's
Well,
supposed
but
to
you
be.
don't get to decide either.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
You get to decide how it happens.
Yeah, and I do decide. I'm like part of it. You know what I mean? Like you don't ask.
you can't argue with somebody that's gone through some type of oppression when you haven't, is what he's trying to say.
And like,
Right.
I would love, like, there's so many subtleties. Like, me and Nate talk about this all the time of like being a minority that like you could never experience unless you were literally like Freaky Friday'd. And like today I was at McDonald's and like this old white lady was just like angry that I was like alive. So I took
Wow.
a picture of her and I put me like says nothing. And then it was just old white people. They're just like pissed that I'm
Damn.
like there. You know what I mean? Especially in like Agora Hills.
But
There's a lot of that here.
Yeah.
Okay,
dude.
so this is like,
But we should probably move on with this topic for a while.
but doing what we're doing isn't going to make that old angry white person change.
Right. She has to die.
No, but
like
the
I
next
said.
the next generation, because like this PC stuff, like at the surface level, it seems like all this bullshit, right? Like like the sexual harassment accusations and everything, like the Me Too movement, right? But if you look at college statistics of sexual assault reports, they've actually gone up. That's like a fact because of the culture. A side effect is that when women are more comfortable with reporting rape.
Right.
And that's like amazing.
Yeah.
And like, sure,
It's okay
like
to
not
speak
everyone's
up.
chill with fucking Caitlyn Jenner, right? But
Yeah.
like we are a little bit more like sensitive and empathetic towards those types of issues.
I think the bottom line is that we do want the same thing,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
And however it happens is how it's going to happen, which is fine with me. I'm just like, I just wish that we were there.
Yeah,
me
you
too.
just don't want to have to like. I can kind of relate to that too. I mean, I don't know what that's like to grow up to be like.
And I'm not saying I know what that's like either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we do want the same thing. We want equal
yeah, for sure.
opportunity, and we don't want skin or race or any of that to affect anyone's decision whatsoever.
We're not
Like-
racist.
No, I know that. I
But if
totally
you're
know that.
in the casting room, like there are literally people that are like checking boxes, like we don't have enough black people for this movie, or vice versa. And I don't think that's chill.
That's equality of outcome, which I'm not about.
Okay, but that's what I'm
All
saying.
I want is equal opportunity.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So, but by having those check boxes and making sure, like, we can't even make a movie. I literally, this girl from Imagine was in the studio the other day, and she was like, "You need to cast this. One of these people has to be of race." And I was like, "Dude, that's what she's dealing with
Right.
at Imagine. It's so prevalent." And it's fucked up because it's like, that's not my story.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of agree with her though. It's kind of dope. I'm like really happy that that's happening.
Yeah.
Because like, what else are you supposed to do if you just let them do what they want and it's just white people forever?
Yeah, but there is equal opportunity, right? Like you could make a movie also.
No, I don't think there is equal.
Oh, so I have a more opportunity to make a movie.
100%. You have more opportunity to do anything more than me. Just because you're white. I mean, that's just a fact. I could call Nate right now. That's what white privilege is, dude. And like, like even actors now, Oscar-winning black actors are like, when you're in a casting room, like producers and casting directors will go, and I'm making a documentary about this literally, so I've been living in this, and they will find any reason to not cast you because you're black.
Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that the exact opposite is true right now. And this girl at Imagine told me, if you were black or you had cast a black cast member, we would be able to make this because
and that's sick, and that's why I think that's super dope.
So you do have what you want.
No, it's not there yet.
Well, I'm just saying,
gotta give it
from
time.
somebody at Imagine, that's what's happening.
That's great.